Okay, what's up? This is the first official film review that I'm going to be posting on YouTube, and today we're going to be going over Malcolm Koonce, number 50. He's a linebacker slash edge out of Buffalo, and the first game that we're going to be watching is, of course, against Penn State. Okay, so on the first play right here, he's lined up against number 53 from Penn State, and a saying that you hear a lot of football coaches or whatever say, or really anybody that plays a contact sport, is low man always wins. And here he's going to absolutely expose this tackle in an outside rush because he gets lower than him. It's sort of a finesse move. He uses athleticism to force a pressure. I wouldn't say that that counts as a pressure, but say that the quarterback held onto the ball for a slight bit longer, that would have been considered a pressure. Now, one thing that I did notice as a concern with his game is that he's not that great at run stopping. We're most likely bringing him on to be a third down pass rusher, kind of like what we would see out of Yannick Ngakoue. He might be an every down pass rusher now, and Malcolm Koonce may fit that third down pass rusher type of role. But this is Pat Freiermuth. I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name, out of Penn State. Second round pick this year. Who's going to be lined up against Malcolm Koonce? Absolutely shuts him down. Koonce is not only a finesse rusher, so to say, a speed rusher, if that's the term that you would like to use. He also has a lot of power in his game. This is a straight arm technique. Absolutely beautiful. Forces his tackle off of balance. Forces the quarterback to throw under pressure. It is a touchdown. Obviously, he can't make up for, his corners playing bad, but obviously great technique. Forces his tackle off balance, forces the quarterback to kind of speed up his decision making a little bit. Great rep. One thing that I've noted with his game here, he's going to be matched up on the outside tackle number 75, is his ability to use his hands correctly. This play shows it perfectly. It's kind of like an outside rip move, gets all the way inside, forces the quarterback out of the pocket. Obviously, his corners are not that great at covering, but my point stands. He really does use his hands amazingly. Here's another prime example of him using his hands correctly. Obviously, more of this straight arm, kind of right below the face mask on sort of the shoulder pad area, I should say, and then he's going to rip right through, force the quarterback out of the pocket. Obviously, tight end is available. He's wide open. One thing that I have noticed is that when he sort of gets chipped, like on this play, if that's the term that you want to use, I don't know the exact term that you would want to use for this, but when the tight end picks him up, it's kind of like a check and release type of block. He really isn't able to do anything after that. He relies a lot on his athleticism, speed specifically, if we're going to talk about athleticism. If he's not getting a head start off the line of scrimmage, he really has nowhere to go. I don't think that's a huge problem, especially on third down. They're really not going to be using their tight end as that kind of check and release guy on a third down. Okay, this game is against Ohio. Starting out with this play, I've noted this before. His instincts as a run stopper, he's going to make this play after, the quick instincts to kind of squeeze towards the middle. As I was stressing earlier, this is something that you'll see a lot when you watch edges in film reviews. They'll often, point out how important it is to kind of squeeze to the inside so that you don't give this running back kind of like a hole to go through. And if they're going to pull a guard over, which is often what they'll do, if this edge is vacated, they'll kind of bring a guard over. They'll give this guy a wide open hole to run through because they're going to blindside number 50, which in this case is Malcolm Koonce. Squeezes towards the inside, doesn't give this running back any hole to go through. Number 5 is going to fill in here. Number 9 will fill in out here, and he's going to make the play. You'll love to see it. This is going to be a great play, but as I said, this is sort of that check and release sort of thing again, where this tight end is going to pick him up, and then he's going to immediately stop picking him up. He's going to run a route, I believe. He's either going to run a route or start blocking somebody else. But here he's going to come with a counter move, spin move, absolutely catches his tackle off guard, and here he's going to get a pressure, forces his quarterback to throw it into the ground. I absolutely love that play. It's a great rep. This play lined up on the outside, this is going to be a screen. This tackle is going to have sort of that same check and release, but he's not going to come out on like a route. His main goal is just to kind of catch Koonce off balance, which he's going to succeed in. And then they're going to throw it out to a wide receiver. This guy's going to run out, block like a linebacker or something like that. But as you can see, he kind of gets a little bit jumpy, tries to make too much of a move when this guy's clearly running out, catches him off balance. Isn't really able to do much after this. Here's more of him just having that sort of elite edge type of speed. This quarterback's going to stay in the pocket too long. He's going to force him outside of the pocket. He's almost going to catch up with him. The goalpost kind of kind of blocking it. But as you can see, he kind of struggles to get off this block, but as soon as he does, he's chasing that quarterback down, almost able to connect with him, get a sack. It's a good rep still, though, especially when you're in the red zone. That's what you'd love to see in that instance. This is the first play that we're going to see on this film review, obviously, where he's actually going to get credited with a sack. This is an absolutely fantastic move. As I said, the way that he uses his hands, catches his tackle off balance once again. Doesn't expect this sort of outside, like I said, rip move. He's going to catch the quarterback off balance too, blind side. Just an easy sack right there. A lot of this game against Ohio is literally just him kind of embarrassing number 60. Once again, it's practically the exact same thing. He even makes it to the same spot. Obviously, this is a different play design, so the quarterback's going to get the ball off quicker, so he's not actually going to be able to get a sack, but it's still a great rep. Gets around him, almost makes it in there. I don't know if you'd consider that a pressure. If the quarterback holds onto that ball for a split second more, Koonce gets a sack, maybe even a forced fumble there as he's loading up. Obviously, here he's going to do exactly what I've been preaching this entire time. He's going to squeeze in once he realizes that this tackle is kind of shifting to the outside. Malcolm Koonce shifts right with him. Great instincts, great reactions. It's not really great against an option. His decision-making against option plays is not the best. Obviously, here he stumbles. He's not able to catch up with the quarterback after that. Kind of makes an early attempt at a tackle. In our division, we've got guys like Herbert and Mahomes, even Drew Lock. Those guys are all mobile. I don't think that you're going to see Patrick Mahomes on an option, but you may see a guy like Justin Herbert on an option, and that's not something that you would like to see out of your edge that's going to be going up against options quite frequently. If we're playing against the Ravens, that's something that you're going to see him struggle with, but I think that that's something that you can develop. I think that that's something that our D-line coach can develop. I'm not too worried about it as a weakness, but it is definitely something that I've noticed across multiple plays. Okay, this right here by Koonce is an absolutely amazing play. Obviously, the use of his hands, which I've been showing before, that same outside rip move. But what I absolutely love about this play is the way that as soon as he gets by this tackle, he's not going to round this off. He knows that he's on this tackle's left hip, which in this case is going to be his outside hip. And once he realizes that, he's going to cut this in. He's not going to round it off, which if he does round this off, he's not going to be able to make it into the quarterback in time. He's going to get this ball off. Obviously, he's going to start loading up right around here, and if he's rounding it off, he's not going to be able to get there in time. But on this play, he gets there in time, forces a fumble. Obviously, Buffalo picks it up. Huge play right there. Huge turnover. That's what you love to see. I'd attribute a lot of the success on this play to what Koonce did. The receiver on this play is going to come absolutely wide open. I'll show it right here. There's quite a bit of separation. I wouldn't say that this is necessarily touchdown type separation, but what Koonce does is obviously that same straight arm that I've been talking about, forcing the tackle off balance. He's going to backpedal all the way up into your boy, the quarterback right here, who's going to throw an under pressure throw. It's going to be off target. They dodge a bullet there. Here's going to be an inside spin move. He was really just bullying both of these two tackles all of this entire game, but it's a really quick inside spin move. Obviously, the quarterback at this point realizes that this entire D-line is kind of out to get him, but it's a great inside spin move. Any other play where this quarterback is not getting ready to run as soon as he takes the snap on a passing play, this is going to be an easy sack right off the snap. I absolutely love this rep, and he's almost able to actually get there, but it's a great play by the quarterback.